Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Man's Nostalgia, where we
You're reading it, you still can't get it right.
Damn it! Where we revisit everybody's favorite shows, movies, and games from the mid '90s to the mid 2000s. And the worst part is, I still have "Don't Worry" at the end.
This is Another Man's Nostalgia with John.
He edited the movie himself at his house.
Oh, it looks like it.
You can tell.
He edited the movie himself.
Yeah,
Chris.
But,
Prince of Egypt was awesome.
yeah.
We gotta do
But
that
anyways,
at some point.
We should. When's the anniversary of Moses parting the Red Sea? We need to watch Prince of Egypt at that time. We'll look it up. Anyways,
Is that online?
I think it's online somewhere.
And Justin.
Were you attracted to Girl Sean at all, or is that just me? Or let's say I didn't know he was a girl for a while. I didn't know that was Sean, and
Oh my gosh.
I have some regrets. I'll just say that.
The episode starts now.
So, it was like 2 episodes ago, I think. Shrek.
Yeah.
Justin was bragging that he doesn't stumble when it came to the closing of that, and that he could do it all off memory.
That's right.
All right. So, when it came to the intro here,
Yeah,
he
get to read.
read it and stumbled.
I'd like to point out that I've never bragged that I memorized it.
Oh,
So
yes, you
this
did.
is a little different. No, I never memorized the intro.
Justin, you had done this intro.
You memorized just the closing that we just started doing like
But
a
I
season
never bothered
ago.
to
but we've
memorize
done
the
the intro from season 1.
Yeah. So I don't know what
Justin, you've done the
connection you're
intro.
trying to make.
You've done the intro over 20 times, and you still can't do it correctly.
I just don't care to.
Without reading. Okay.
It doesn't.
It's
It
a
doesn't put me
spiteful
on.
thing
It
for
doesn't
you.
put me higher than anybody else. But since I knew that John was gone and I can do it better, then that's why I did it
he's knocked
better.
it out.
There was nothing.
Fair
There's
enough.
nothing to put me over the top. There.
Fair enough.
I need motivation. I have to have competition, or I don't. I don't become good. Like
All right.
practice.
Um,
What's practice? I don't do that.
We had a lot of nostalgia news last week, so we probably don't need to go over that this week because I think a lot of it's still the reminiscence of that. But you just want to get right into the movie?
Yeah. So this week we watched Jim Carrey in The Mask.
They call me Cuban Pete. I'm the king of the rumba beat. When I play the maracas, I go chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom. Yes, sir, I'm Cuban Pete. I'm the craze of my native street. When I start to dance, everything goes chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom.
I say Jim Carrey's name first because this is literally basically just Jim Carrey.
And introducing Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz, yes.
It said that at the end, introducing Cameron
Very
Diaz.
interesting
First
story.
movie.
So, okay, hey,
her.
is this her first movie?
Yeah, it is.
Fun
Looked it up.
facts.
Sorry.
I'll get into that. So
Okay.
we'll just go ahead and there's a lot of fun facts here.
Let's do the plot first.
All right, so
John?
yeah, John, what's the plot?
All right, so you have this guy, and so first of all, there's this like I don't know what kind of mask it is. It's just some kind
It's
of
an ancient mask. I don't
ancient
know.
mask.
They don't say anything about
And
it.
yeah, so there's this ancient mask, and this guy that's an accountant or a banker or something.
Banker.
He finds he finds this mask, and he puts it on, and he becomes this cartoon, and
Yeah.
he like steals some money and like fights these I don't know, these
mob.
criminals.
Yeah. This
And this-
mob that works at this cabana clubhouse or whatever
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. All right.
There's nothing much else really to the movie.
That's really true. Plot wise, it's not much going on. It's more just the things he
It's
does.
more it's more of the animation and the craziness of what the mask makes Jim Carrey do, like, or what he makes him act like.
There's reasons
So-
for everything, but it's very.
I mean,
it's
I'm
very
sure
loose.
there is.
It's very loose.
but Yeah,
You're exactly
the,
right.
The movie is very, very visual. Like, you can't really say a lot that kind of goes on it without actually seeing the clips of it. So that's basically it. Like, there's nothing really else.
Anyways, do we want to go ahead and move to fun facts?
Yeah, let's do fun facts.
I got a good fun facts theme here.
I can tell you're excited about it.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
They call this the fun facts. I have lots of fun facts. When I shake my microphone, I go. I don't know if you can hear that,
You can
but
probably hear
I
it.
hit
Well,
my
I definitely heard
microphone
that.
a few times.
We'll put that song as the main theme.
Definitely
anyway.
heard it.
Okay, I got a good chunk to go through to begin with because there's a lot of background to this.
It's okay. There's no plot, so we can just do as many as you want.
So first of all, there was a good chunk of people in line for this.
Okay.
So
Who? Like, who wanted to play this?
they had Steve Martin, Martin Short.
Oh.
I can't remember off the top
Who's
of my
Martin
head who
Shorts
else.
again? Who's Martin? I don't know who Martin.
You
Uh,
see him a lot on Saturday Night Live.
You'd recognize him. He'd
Three
be good.
Amigos,
He has
Chevy
good
Chase,
energy.
Steve Martin,
Yeah.
Martin Short. But yeah, so they had a long list of who's who,
Uh-huh.
but they ultimately chose Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey was attracted to this role
okay.
because of his Stanley Ipkiss's love for cartoons. It's huge in this movie that he is into like the old Looney Tunes Tex Avery stuff.
Right.
Like that's Jim Carrey's like if you can't tell, like almost his muse in a way.
Sure.
Yeah,
has,
it's
cartoon
like if you
character.
ever seen the live action Looney Tunes movies, not live action, but like kind of the cross between the animation and the actual,
Like Space Jam.
like Space Jam. Yeah,
Yeah.
it has a lot to do with that. Like this is what a lot of this movie is,
Yeah, that is, but
except it's in
he's-
one character and
his-
not
well,
like 50.
A lot of his gags are ripped straight from Looney Tunes and Tex Avery cartoons.
Right.
So
Or
it's
he
like
sees-
the old school stuff.
Yeah, where he sees like the good-looking girl and he becomes like a wolf, and
Yeah, that's a Tex Avery reference.
yeah,
And him, when he dies and he acts like it's like a Western where he's like, you shot me good, or whatever. Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
freeze and he like he's
Turns
frozen.
into ice.
But you told me to freeze.
We'll talk about what this is based on and why they departed from the violence of the original.
Yeah, so this is based on a Dark Horse comic called The Mask.
Right.
So this had a lot of graphic violence in it. It is bloody. There's a lot of killing. There's actually like 50 people who've worn the mask.
Yeah.
And throughout its run, Stanley Ipkiss was the first one.
Right.
And this is based on basically the first set of comics where Ipkiss was through it. It's very loosely based. But what they wanted to do was basically make it a cartoon. They didn't want this graphic violence. And I think they made a good choice.
I agree.
It wouldn't have really translated. I think they could do it today really well.
It's like Deadpool.
What, like
Yeah.
a cartoon, or what are you talking about?
The violence of Deadpool.
Oh,
With
okay,
this, yeah.
okay.
I think
That's
this
how
would
the
work
comic
really,
book is.
Yeah,
the
it's
comic book's
super bloody.
super
Lots
bloody.
of murders. Like the mask murders people. For
It's like
fun.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, it's very dark and,
But he murders them for fun.
yeah.
He can't control the mask. Jim Carrey can kind of control himself while he's in the mask. It
Yeah.
basically, what he talks about in the movie, it embodies who you are.
I was
In
about
the
to say,
comic,
his-
he's
his-
just a murderer.
His
Psychopath.
personality kind of seems like it kind of gets drawn out by the mask.
Yes,
Right,
and that's
yeah.
why you see Dorian come super evil
Right.
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
There's no actual explanation what the mask is. They talk about Loki. There's no real
Yeah.
explanation for it.
Right.
It just happens.
Yeah.
So Carrey was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actor for this, and then
Really?
the movie was and then the movie had an Oscar for visual effects, but Forrest Gump beat him out.
With the visual effects, what
Yeah.
visual effects did Forrest Gump have?
All
Just
the retro movies and stuff where they
Yeah,
put him
all
with-
the stuff like it was pretty impressive how they put him into all that old
I was
stuff.
about to
like
say,
John
is it
and
the
stuff.
scenes that they kind of put him in within history?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the reasons why the guy who wrote this and the director Chuck Russell casted Carrey, not only because Carrey was
Insane.
influenced
Oh, okay.
influenced by cartoons, they could spend less money on effects because he moved so cartoonish with his arms and legs to begin with. They didn't have to do very much.
Wow.
Wow.
That's interesting.
So interesting.
One of the other fun things was his teeth. You know how they look huge?
Yeah.
Originally, that was just supposed to be when he was quiet that you see his teeth. But Carrey learned how to talk perfectly through those huge teeth.
Nice.
Like they're huge implants in his
pretty cool.
mouth.
Yeah.
But
that's
he
so
learned
weird.
how to talk through them.
So they use it through the whole thing. That's really
So
cool.
he used it through the whole thing to give him more of a cartoony look.
That's pretty cool.
It was pretty. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's
Can
pretty
you, Justin, before we started, you listed off all the movies that came out this year. Can you go through those? Those were crazy.
Yeah. Beforehand, though, I want to talk about
Oh, sorry.
why this movie was so big.
Okay.
I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
So this is the year. It branches into it that Dumb and Dumber, The Mask, and Ace Ventura came out. So Carrey signed on to these movies before Ace Ventura. So it was Ace Ventura that came out first, and that was a huge hit.
I've never seen that movie before.
Me either.
We'll watch it.
I don't know what it's about. What is it about?
He's a pet.
He's a
detective.
pet detective.
That's all I
That's all
know.
you really need to know.
Okay.
Okay.
So Ace Ventura was huge. They got Carrey before they filmed this before Ace Ventura came out, so he only signed for $700,000, less than
Wow.
$1 million.
Wow.
This movie was a $23 million budget, made $300 million worldwide.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
So this was
This is a big year for him.
This was Carrey mania.
Yeah.
So, another fun fact about, I guess, myself, I've never seen Dumb and Dumber.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yeah, that
What is
you're
wrong
gonna
with
learn.
you? That's my
You're gonna
movie.
learn this
I-
year.
I don't like Jim Carrey. I don't like him.
It's gonna be tough. This
So,
is gonna be a tough
It was
point
Ace
for Justin.
Ventura, then The Mask in the summer, then Dumb and Dumber in December.
It's a big year. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So what else came out this year? Forrest
94,
Gump.
right?
Yep, 94. Forrest Gump, The Lion King, True Lies, Santa Claus,
Jeez.
The Flintstones, Dumb and Dumber, obviously, Clear and Present Danger, Speed, The Mask, Pulp Fiction,
Wow.
Ace Ventura, Stargate, The Crow.
It's a big year.
I was about to
D2
say,
The
yeah.
Mighty Ducks.
And what did this get?
So in
when
the,
it came to
in
the box
US,
office?
in the U.S. it was 119 million. Worldwide, it was 300 million.
I know, but like when it came to that year, did it have like a top?
Probably
Spot.
not. There's too many on there.
It was-
That's
It
like
was
a
number
really
9.
top
huh?
what?
It was number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9. I was about to
Yeah,
say,
so
is it, was
Carrey
it
had the
top
number
10?
6. Carrey had the number 6, 9, and 16th movies of the year.
Woo!
6, 9, and 16th.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's pretty good
That's amazing.
because I don't recognize any other actor that would be in 2 of those movies in the top 10.
No, nobody is.
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
He was literally like, he was
I
a
don't know.
superstar.
Did Tom Hanks have another movie that was in the top 10?
No,
Because he
but
was
Hanks is
one,
not.
I'm
Hanks
guessing.
is different.
You said Galaxy Quest is up there, though, right? That was the same year?
No,
Oh, dang. Wow.
that wasn't until like 98, 99.
Well, I was about to say
2000.
I was about to say 90s. It was big Jim Carrey time.
And it's because of this, I guess. This was his rocket year.
Yeah.
So-
So kind of rocketed his career.
The last kind of funny thing about this was before we move on to the actual movie, there was a sequel
Oh,
called
yeah.
The Son of Mask. Nothing to do with the movie. Terrible. But they did have a Mask 2 planned.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I
Jim
thought they
Carrey,
did make a mask too. Am I just imagining that?
so
Mask.
so they had a planned series. They had a planned sequel, but Jim Carrey declined to reprise the role. He didn't want to do it anymore.
Uh-huh.
So Nintendo Power was running a contest to be in the movie,
Oh.
but
Before
it never
was-
got made. So the winner got an apology. I don't know what they didn't say if they won anything else.
How do you?
I think all they got was an apology.
What
That's
kind of contest was it?
It was just where you mail in from the magazine. Like if you win, you get to be in the Mask too, like for a role, like a little,
Okay.
like a back extra or
Background
something. In the
character.
Oh,
movie.
an extra. Okay.
But they never made it.
Crazy.
I was just
That's
thinking,
funny.
like, if people were, because I know you said that Jim Carrey didn't want to do it, so I thought they were going to be interviewing for like the next Mask, and like people had to go in and interview and or audition and be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah,
No,
type
so-
of thing.
But yeah, So I thought that was kind of funny. Son of Mask is fucking terrible.
Did you say the mask is terrible?
No, it's the Son of Mask.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you think this movie's bad, John, if you think that really, Son of Mask is probably one of the worst movies ever made.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
You see,
Homebrew Tree Service has been providing the DFW area with world-class tree care for many years. When it comes to tree service in the DFW area, you can trust them to provide quality work with low prices and friendly, fair customer service. Whether you have a tree that needs pruning or complete removal and haul-off service, you can count on them for a wide range of expert care. Go to hbtreeservices.com and sign up for a free estimate.
okay, so you the first scene's divers, and they're in the ocean.
Yeah, they find the mask. It's not that.
Yeah.
They find it, and it like gets pulled
Well,
up or something.
I was about to say, it kind of is an important scene because that's how he finds it.
Right. It floats up to the top of the river or the water
Yeah.
when they unlock the box, and he's just the guy who gets pushed around all the time by everybody.
He's a pussy. Let's say
Yeah.
that. He's kind of a pussy.
He is. He is. He avoids conflict.
Are y'all a little? I put this in
You
there.
see-
Are y'all a little surprised that as Ipkiss he's pretty normal?
that he is normal?
Yeah, like he doesn't act crazy.
At the
as
very
Ipkiss.
beginning of the scene.
Yeah.
No, he's
It's
not.
a
He doesn't
it's a big
over.
dichotomy in this movie, I think.
You see the big difference between the mask and his regular self. Yes.
I really like the way he did this because he doesn't seem like Jim Carrey to me in this. At
No,
all.
he doesn't. I was gonna say the same thing actually. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about when he's Ipkiss, he doesn't.
Yeah, when
like-
he's
Oh
Ipkiss.
no.
Yeah.
No. He just seems like a regular actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah. But you have Diaz. One of those first scenes, that red dress.
So they actually found her.
Ooh.
She was walking out of a modeling agency.
Was
yeah.
he?
So she was literally
Picked-
she
they
never
picked
acted
the right
before
one.
anything like that. They had to fight for her to get the part. She did pretty good.
They had a
Yeah.
fight for her.
Like they didn't want to hire
did.
her. Like
Oh, they did.
no,
Oh.
so like the director, producers, they wanted her, but the studio was saying no, but they convinced.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So and like I said, she was the first. That was her first role.
How would you feel if you were Diaz? Like you heard that, oh yeah, the director wants me, and you're like, yeah, the director wants, and then when it comes to the studio, they're like, no.
Yeah.
I assume a lot of this was probably through her
I'm
agent,
like, fuck.
and she didn't,
It probably
didn't
happens
care.
a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right.
I'm sure she used to it because she's a model, so she probably knows all that.
True.
But
True.
she works for the criminals.
Yeah, she does. She kind of tries to seduce.
At the Coco Bongo.
Coco Bongo, yeah. Cabana.
Cabana.
What did you guys think of the villain? What was his name in real life?
Peter Green.
What did you guys think of him?
He's pretty 90s cliche villain.
Yeah,
is.
he seemed like there was nothing really special about him. He just kind of seemed just like a villain.
That scene
yeah.
with the golf club, though, where his boss is like teeing off on him.
Or he blew his head.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
pretty
right there.
intense.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
That was intense.
Yeah.
that was intense.
Yeah.
That was intense, guys. That was intense.
It was.
Ugh. Kind of, ugh.
Yeah.
So,
Justin got
It
chills.
was.
Ooh. So yeah, he gets thrown out of this club,
Yeah.
and then his car breaks down at this
his
bridge.
jackass friend.
like
Yeah, his
Yeah.
friend just leaves him. Yeah, and then his car he has like a loaner car and it breaks down to the bridge. Everything's going wrong this day, and he
Yeah.
looks at he thinks he sees somebody in the ocean and jumps in to save him, and it's just trash. But then while
and
he's in
then
the ocean,
that's where he finds the mask.
he finds the mask.
He finds the mask. And the cops go. The cops like shine a light on him. They're like, "What are you doing down there?" He's like, "I'm just getting my mask."
I found it.
He takes it back to his apartment. His landlord's a jerk also, and he puts it on, and he becomes very interesting.
Yeah, so his outfit obviously kind of mirrors what he's wearing at that time. What'd y'all think of his introduction?
Pretty awesome.
I mean,
I liked it. I know we're gonna disagree on
no,
this.
it's okay. So me personally, I do not like Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, I feel like he overacts when it comes to a bunch of things
Uh-huh.
and a bunch of his roles. And I understand that he was perfect for this part.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying he is a bad
I think you're
actor.
letting it
I'm
cloud
saying
your view of it,
personally. I'm saying I'm not saying he's a bad actor. Jim Carrey is a really good actor, and he does a really well at his roles. And I feel like a lot of the movies that he does are almost written for him.
Yeah.
Like no one else could play the roles that he plays,
including this one.
including this one. I don't feel like anyone else, even Steve Martin at the time, and Steve Martin was crazy at this time too. Like he was
Yeah.
big. I don't
he
feel
had
like
energy.
he could have done this role as good
If
as
this
Jim
is
Carrey
if
did.
this was the intent of what they wanted the character to be, then yeah, there's
This
no
is the
issue.
definitely
he
the
was
intent.
perfect. He
Yeah.
was perfect for this role. I just personally believe that this movie did not need to be made.
See, I think
But-
you're letting your judgment be clouded a little bit because
But the thing is, I don't feel like I'm biased against Jim Carrey when it comes to like his acting ability and just everything. I just don't like. I don't like his.
That's
movies.
literally
They-
being
they
biased,
seem
John.
Too goofy. They seem too goofy to me, and I've seen a lot of his movies, and they just seem really goofy. That's just not my style of.
John, that's the
Of something
definition
I
of being
like.
biased.
I,
You're fine.
It's okay
No,
you don't
but-
like it. I'm just saying you're biased.
it's okay when it comes to movies that, what's the movie that we just did with Big Daddy?
Yeah.
Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler's movies are all very similar to each other. They're all very similar.
Yeah.
When it comes to just like I guess his early movies, like when it comes to Happy Gilmore, when it comes to Waterboy, like all those, they're the same. I don't like those type of movies. I've seen a little bit of Waterboy. I didn't like what I liked from Waterboy. I don't really like Happy Gilmore that much.
Fighting words.
Like, I know, but
something wrong
that's
with
just,
you.
it's not my I don't like those goofy
You don't like
movies.
Jim
It's not
Carrey.
my
I'm
You
really-
don't like Adam Sandler, and you don't like cheese. What is wrong with you?
I'm really.
It's,
But Big Daddy was
It's-
your movie.
but the thing is, Adam
that's
Sandler,
different. Yeah.
Adam Sandler in that movie, he acts differently in that movie. Just like when it comes to Mr. Deeds, he acts different in those movies.
I'm really interested
Then
in what
he-
you think of Dumb and Dumber because it's not like silly like this. It's like he's not like over the top, like whoa. He's just like a really stupid guy. I'm really interested in what
Yeah.
you think. We'll try that out.
I don't know. I don't like those really goofy movies.
Yeah.
All right, well, you're in
Okay,
timeout,
anyways.
John.
I liked it. The way he moved, everything was really impressive, and it's just it's pretty cool. Like what was the
The
mask?
animation
was
the animation was awesome in
Yeah.
this movie. I'm not gonna lie.
The gags
what
are
was the
hilarious.
mask? Was it just like rubber? Was it makeup? What was the
uh,
mask?
It was a combination of everything. It took about 4 hours to get the mask on him.
Interesting.
So yeah.
It wasn't the shape of his head, which was weird. It kind of like
I think it all was, except for I think he had a ball
I don't
cap
know.
on. I think that's why his
Well,
but I think in his chin.
Yeah,
wasn't,
they
for sure.
they obviously they it wasn't completely like put to his face. There's obviously
Yeah, the
contours that they
sides-
put on themselves.
yeah,
it's
the
exaggerated.
sides were weird. Yeah, the sides were really
It's exaggerated.
They almost kind of like pointed out a little bit, but it was cool. I'm not saying the mask and the animation were bad.
He's
Those
gotta
were
keep-
really
He's
good.
got to keep like saying good things because he knows he's in the
Thanks,
wrong here.
backpedaling.
That's
No,
not what I'm
just
trying to
But
do.
Okay.
I really love. This is probably one of my favorite scenes with him because the introduction's so good. The gags, I think, besides this and the second time he turns it on, I can't decide which one's the best. But I love it when he just pulls out the hammer and just starts smacking everything.
Smashing. What is he trying to get? The
The
alarm
alarm
clock?
The alarm
goes
clock,
off.
Yeah.
He's trying to be quiet. He's tiptoeing, and then the alarm clock goes off. He pulls it out of his pants and starts bouncing around, and then he starts smacking.
He does that
everything
thing with his mouth, like the whole time.
Yeah.
He goes into the
Very cartoonish. Very cartoonish.
he goes into the alleyway.
With the gang.
The gang.
Yeah, that's a good
The,
scene.
the, the scene
Yeah.
where he throws the condom out of his pocket, that was by him. He added that.
That
He
was
was like,
really
what if I
good.
did that? And he did that for
Yep.
everybody, and they said, let's keep it in.
Definitely
Was this
something I
just
did not
such a
notice
random
when I was-
condom in his
Yeah.
pocket?
Well, no, but he did that as a joke. Like, it wasn't
He brought the
scripted.
idea. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a pretty funny thing.
Oh.
I definitely something I did not.
All right,
notice
so one thing I forgot to mention before we move on was the location of the repair shop. That's where that's the Ghostbusters firehouse.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
So
interesting.
the inside is. The outside isn't, but the inside is.
Cool.
Okay, so
He gets
After this, it pans to the bad guys, right?
yeah, they
I
talk
think
about
it goes-
a heist or something.
Yeah, they're gonna steal money from the bank.
It's really not that important.
But
So first he goes to the cabana, right?
well, the first time he puts on the mask, doesn't he steal the money or no?
No, it's
no,
the
it's the
second time.
That's the second time.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first time I think he goes to the cabana, right? And he's like dances or
No, that's the second time.
That's the second. That's the second
Oh,
time.
you're
too.
right. You're right.
So
the cash.
he wakes up. The cops
And a
come because there's
detective,
there's a
yeah.
disturbance.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
With the pajamas.
Yeah. So
That's right.
the next day or that day he's late. He finds out that's when Cameron Diaz comes in, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And he decides he's going to go to the Coca Cabana that night.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to put on the mask. He ends up doing it.
Yeah.
He's got the famous Zoot suit on.
Yep. That's right.
That's actually a play off of what Jim Carrey wore this first time when he was stand up. He wore this
Oh,
big
that's-
yellow suit
okay.
that his mom made for him.
Because it'd be 80s-ish, and so it'd be like, yeah, that's interesting.
His
So
mom made
that's-
him a
that's-
suit like that. So
Nice.
Are you talking the scene that he's dancing, right?
so
I haven't. I didn't see this movie until just now. Like this is one of my first times I've seen this movie all the way through, and I
Oh.
definitely remember this dancing scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's between that and a scene later on that's pretty iconic.
Mm-hmm.
But before he gets to the Coca Cabana, he does all the stuff in the mirror.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Yeah,
Uh,
I did laugh
Then
at
he
I
goes-
did laugh at the mirror scene.
That means
Hold on, sugar. Daddy's got a sweet tooth tonight. Ooh, somebody stop me.
Uh-oh. Can't make the scene if you don't have the green. I better make a little stop.
the mirror scene was
Yeah.
pretty good.
So he goes to the bank, steals all the money, so he can get into the club. He goes into the club. Cameron Diaz is singing.
Well, while he's there, the other team is there trying to steal the money
Yeah.
of the mob.
Yeah.
And he is, and they're all playing it out, and all of a sudden he just barges out of the
It's like, sorry, boys, I hit first.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he goes into the club
Uh,
with a huge limo. It's like,
It's almost like he has superpowers, like with
He
this
does.
thing on.
yeah, it is.
yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So he goes to the club. Cameron Diaz is singing. That's where he does the wolf
Yep.
thing, the Tex Avery.
Oh,
It's
Yeah,
pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Then they dance. It's actually them
Yep.
dancing the whole time.
Okay.
Cameron Diaz doesn't sing though. It's not her singing.
Okay, I was gonna ask you.
is that someone else singing?
Yes, it's another girl. She did a lot of Disney movies as well.
That's what they used to do back then. They used to have girls that would sing a lot of, or just people that would sing a lot of their songs, and then they would just have separate people that were
But
just
Jim
actors.
Carrey did sing
Right.
in all his stuff, so he was singing.
Oh yeah,
That's cool.
Huh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the dance scene is pretty good. After the dance scene, when they
Yeah.
get shot up, is hilarious. It's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
I think it's probably my favorite part where he's running from the bullets and he does the Oscar scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
There's-
yeah. He's like, the scene is really long. He's like a western. He's like, "You got me."
He's like
And he
coughing.
dies, and he, like,
You got me, partner.
Hold me closer in. It's getting dark. Tell Annie M to let old Yeller out.
Tell Tawny Tim I won't be coming home this Christmas. Tell Scarlett I do give a damn. Pardon me. Thank you. You love me. You really love me.
that's a good. Scene. Yeah.
That's based off a actual Oscar speech
Uh-huh.
that somebody did. I can't remember who it was off the top of my head, but it was a really famous speech in '85.
Uh-huh.
She was she said, "You like me. You really like me."
That's funny.
And that's what he was kind of lampooning.
Gotcha.
Because you see him kind of go to the left. Like, do I go this way?
Right,
And he
right.
goes back into
Yeah, that's right. That's a good scene.
It's definitely my
It's so
favorite.
good.
It's definitely my favorite scene in the movie.
Yeah, it's really good. And then
The next morning-
he wakes up again.
He has a pile of money. He's trying to shove it in
Well,
his closet.
I thought it was interesting that when he gets shot, his tie turned into his pajamas again. And then,
Yeah, back to because it's all based off his clothes.
right.
So.
And the detective finds it, and he knows it's him. So he comes back, and that seems really funny when he's trying to shove the money back in the closet. There's so much money.
the dog,
Yeah,
the
that's
dog
a lot
wasn't
of
supposed
money.
to do that.
The what?
The dog just came in and did that. It wasn't planned,
Really? Him barking at the door?
or him coming with the frisbee.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny.
That was all. That was unplanned, and they just went with it.
That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
And then then he's good.
And so, after they kind of go through this, the detective's like, "Really, it wasn't you?" Which I probably would have arrested him right there and then.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it was pretty obvious, but it's a movie, whatever.
Yeah.
Sure.
You can't just end it right here.
Yeah, that's right.
Like,
Later
it's only
goes
like
Dylan.
it's only like 30 minutes into the movie.
He goes to Ben Stein, the guy he saw on TV.
Yep.
Yeah.
He talks about how it could be Loki. There's no explanation for it.
Right.
It's just we don't know.
What weirds me out is the cops don't really see, and like no one sees this as anything like odd.
Right. And there's like a guy with a green mask who's doing like weird cartoon things.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like okay, so there's a scene where the cops are like watching the footage of him robbing, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's moving fast," and then
Yeah.
when he freezes, when they like catch him with Diaz,
Yeah.
and he's just frozen in the middle
Yeah.
of the. He's.
It could be one of those things where, like, it's that stuff is just for you to see. You know, it's kind of like a fourth wall
That's not a
thing.
good explanation.
I don't know.
That's not a good explanation. But
I don't know. I'm trying. So she
Okay,
comes
alright.
back. I think it's Tina. Her name is. So let's call Cameron Diaz. Cameron Diaz asked to bring the mat to see him at the park. The mask. So Ipkiss turns into the mask there, and the cops catch him in the
Yeah.
park. He's kind of creeper
Yeah.
in this.
yeah, it didn't look like she was really enjoying this at all. Like he was like really advancing on her, and she was kind of like grossed out almost. It was really weird.
But it also kind of enforces that that's not really Ipkiss. Like that's
yeah,
not the real
she's
him.
not really into
Yeah.
yeah,
Things like
yeah.
that. So he does get caught.
Yep.
Um,
And he goes to jail.
Hold on, you're
And-
skipping some parts here.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
So they go through like his pockets,
Oh right, yeah.
and like he's got knives and a picture of his wife.
Yeah, that's right. Of the guy's wife.
It's
and Marjorie,
signed.
the detective's wife.
And then they sing Cuban Pete.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's right.
So the
Pete.
producers didn't think they hated that scene.
Yeah, it's weird.
Did y'all not like
Go
it?
ahead.
No.
Him singing the Cuban song.
Yeah.
It was just no. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the Super Mario movie when they're all dancing in the elevator, and he's making them all dance. That's what it's
I thought
like.
it was very peak Jim Carrey.
Okay,
But that was him actually
Which
singing.
I hate.
I know you did.
That was him actually singing
What's the song called?
Cuban Pete.
just-
It's a real song, actually.
Cuban Pete. Okay.
It was popularized by Desi Arnaz.
Chris is gonna put a clip of it.
No, I'm going to put it as the main song, and I wanted to know what it was. Okay.
It was popularized by Desi Arnaz. Y'all know who that is?
Yeah, Lucy's husband.
Yep. I Love Lucy.
Oh no.
They call me Sally Sweet. I'm the queen of Delancey Street. When I start to dance, everything goes chick, chicky, boom, chick, chicky, boom.
Ay, 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 ay.
I Love Lucy. Yeah.
So he sang that.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
he does get caught eventually.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Oh, I forgot to say the producers didn't like it, but it tested so well that they kept it in. Like, everybody liked
Children.
that.
What,
Children.
like that scene?
Yeah,
Children loved it.
they thought it was
Okay,
pretty
good.
good.
I should have been in that audience, that testing audience.
Like, boo. Worst movie ever.
Worst movie. This is terrible. The hell did I just watch?
So, do y'all remember the lady who was the whatchamacallit, the reporter?
The redhead.
Yeah.
The redhead. We haven't really
redhead?
talked about her much.
She double crosses him.
Yeah, so she
That was a good twist.
She picks him up,
Uh-huh.
seemingly to help him, and she betrays him.
She like throws herself at him.
Yeah.
So my thought was, I thought it was gonna be like the normal trope where he's really into the hot one, and then he realizes that the other girl was nice the whole time. He should have picked her.
That's what I thought it was gonna.
And
be.
I thought it was kind of cool they went this way, and she was the actual bad one.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
And Karen.
yeah. So she does get him. The original scene was they were gonna throw her in the printer press and have her face squished onto a newspaper.
Yikes.
It was gonna be pretty dark.
Okay. Glad they didn't go that
Yeah.
route. All right.
Oh,
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
So Dorian does get the mask,
Yep.
and he becomes like this twisted version of himself, which I do have some problems with that. Why did his neck get so big?
His neck to get big.
Like
sure.
so like he has a skinny ass neck, and then his neck got huge. That had to be.
Maybe it's what he
That was a
wanted.
body double.
maybe it's just maybe it's just like a visual of something that else got real big when you put on the mask.
That had to be a body double.
Just does it say anything about penis enlargements when you put on the mask?
No, that's not power. I'm sorry.
Okay, oh, dang. I was curious.
that you know of.
Not that I need it. That's not what I meant.
All right, so where do you go in these masks? Where do you,
Where do you buy that?
where do you,
So
can I get this on Amazon? Can I get
oh, I forgot there was a Boy Meets World cameo in this. Did y'all see it?
Who? I don't think I saw it.
Oh, I did not.
When before the chick, the red haired chick, the reporter chick left for after the Human Pete thing, the guy who was in charge of the newspaper, that was Chet.
Oh, it was Chet. Yeah, it was Chet.
Yeah,
That's
that
right,
was
it's
Chet.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a little cool fun fact there.
It was cool. We just watched it.
So Tyrell's plan is to blow up the Coco Bongo Club.
Why?
I guess to get back at
Insurance?
at the other dude, the other mob
I
guy.
guess so.
Ipkiss gets out of jail because his dog is able to jump really high and steal the keys.
Very intelligent dog. Yes. Yeah.
He goes back. He gets the mask. Saves everybody. Some gags.
Yeah.
Get all the guns and just the bang at the end. I thought
Yeah.
was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Swallows the
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah. Swallows the bomb.
gets the girl.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
That you can do that. You change your entire anatomy, basically. It is weird that he's like almost invincible with the mask. Like you can't beat him
Yeah,
unless you take it off.
he's
him.
a freaking superhero.
Well, they both are.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool that Dorian got shot and then he just shot the bullets out of his mouth.
Yeah, and as actual bullets. That's kind of his only cartoon
He's-
thing he did.
He's
really.
Bugs Bunny. That's what he is.
Basically Bugs Bunny.
He's
yeah.
Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny cannot die.
I was surprised to see. I completely forgot about the fact that the dog put on the mask for a couple minutes. That was kind of funny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah,
You
liked
like
it.
that part? Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I mean, it was silly.
it was silly. Yeah,
The end was kind of. I'm gonna be honest. The end was kind of bleh.
yeah. If
Nothing,
anything-
the
nothing
gags were
really
pretty
happened
good.
the last that's what I was saying. Like after explaining like the plot, there's nothing that really happened that was really interesting.
yeah.
The problem is they didn't use the mask as much as they should have.
right.
And it got taken away from him. I wish there were two masks so you could have both the masks fight.
Fight each other. Sure.
That might have been kind of cool. Like
Yeah.
he found one
Maybe that would have been the mask
and
too.
they
yeah.
fought each other.
Yeah.
But I get it. Yeah, the end was kind of bleh. They could have done more with that, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
There's not much plot to this movie. It's mostly just
Nope.
I can't wait for the mask to come back.
What was y'all's favorite animated thing he did?
I think it definitely had to be probably when he all his first gags.
I agree.
I don't
Yeah.
know why I laughed so hard at him with the hammer and trying to be quiet.
no, I loved that too.
It was just so classic
Yeah, it's so good.
compared to some of his other jokes.
Uh-huh.
It was just very classic Looney Tunes ish.
Yeah.
It was pretty
Yeah,
good.
my favorite part visually was when he first put on the mask, just like you were saying.
Yep. Okay. Cool. You guys want to do final thoughts?
Yeah. So, John, why don't you start, John? Because we know I know what you. I feel I know what you think. So why don't you start? We know you're biased, so
No, I'm not biased.
So
I-
biased.
Again, Jim Carrey, he's a great actor. And it's nothing against him. I just don't like the kind of movies that he does.
Just tell us about the movie. Don't talk about the actor, John. Tell us about the movie.
Okay, the movie
What'd you
was
think about the
the
movie?
movie was ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
There was a lot of crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
That I did not find amusing. I kind of felt like it was stupid. But I can't say that when it came to the movie and the actor, it was perfect for each other. The animation was really good. I liked how, because in a lot of movies it's like the animation is doing all the crazy stuff. Here they blended the human and the animation together, and I felt like they did a really good job of doing that. So I didn't really like the story a lot. Like it was
Yeah,
just
the story
kind
was
of
terrible.
Yeah, it was just kind of a blah story.
It's a vehicle for what he's doing.
Yeah, but I can give you a half a point.
Wow.
I'll
that's
take it.
surprising.
I can give you half a point. Because
take
because as a movie, like I know as a movie they did a good job of blending those things that I just said together and finding an actor that could meet the requirements of what they were trying to accomplish.
I was gonna give you half a point, but I feel like I didn't give you a full point because I feel like I liked it more than John did. I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, I think I really liked Jim Carrey. I thought his part was hilarious, but I did not like the plot, and it kind of ruined parts of it for me. It's a little bit like Spy Kids. Like, there's no reason that Cameron Diaz should have liked him, and they never explained why she liked him. Like they just kind of say it happened, and then his whole.
Well, so I'm gonna go back on that.
Okay.
She liked Stanley because he was nice and he treated her right. They talked about that.
I guess.
Like she didn't treat her like just a prize.
Right,
Like
I
he
understand.
cared about her.
Why does No, never mind.
But then also I liked, but also I didn't really understand the mobs and what the guy was trying to do. I thought his goal
That
was
was pretty bad.
I thought his goal was going to be to kill the old man, but that wasn't. That was kind of why would he just do that instead of trying to blow up his club? Anyways, I didn't really like that part, so I was gonna give you half a point too, I guess. I feel like I should give you more because I liked it more than John, but I needed a good plot to like a movie, and I liked
I'll take
it.
it.
But Jim Carrey was incredible, and I thought they did a great job with the source material from what I've read of it, other than the violence. Like what the mask actually does with him is pretty spot on. So, what do you think if you're watching?
So I love this movie. It's
I'm giving myself 2 points.
I think it's the first Carrey movie I watched. I believe it was either that or Ventura, but I watched this movie a lot as a kid because when we bought our first DVD player because I was like 10 or 11. That's one of the movies that we got for free with it. Was The Mask.
That's cool.
So I watched this a lot on the DVD player that we got, and I used to be able to quote a lot of it. Yeah.
There's some good lines. There's some good iconic one-liners.
The plot is definitely the weakest part, but I don't think it's because of pacing.
Yeah.
I think this is a well-structured movie. I think it's well written. I just don't think the plot's interesting. That's the issue.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't. It was when it came to that, it was boring. Like,
He's
the
interesting, but
the
plot
only
is-
entertainment part of it was when he put on.
That's
the
the
mask.
issue. Is I think if they put the plot, if they made the story a little bit better, because it's well paced, it's well structured. The writing's not bad, but the story could be more interesting, better situations.
Right.
There could be more
I have a
motivation
question.
behind what they're doing, a bigger picture. But other than that, let's be honest, I don't really go into it thinking that way for a movie most of the time, especially when it comes to something comedy like this. We're not watching Son of Mask. I don't count that as a sequel. I don't count that as a sequel.
Okay.
You
It's
do
a
not
sequel,
want to
right?
watch. Trust me. Don't watch that movie.
All right, so
Don't.
Everybody
Okay.
out there,
The
do not
baby
watch.
becomes the mask.
Nice.
I think I've seen this. This came out not
2005.
recently, but like within the last like 10 years.
2005.
2005.
Okay,
Yeah.
2005.
What were
I
you
remember
gonna say?
seeing.
What-
I remember seeing commercials about.
It's
that.
fucking
What
terrible.
was your question, John?
And there's no talking, right? It's just the baby doing stuff.
It's the dog and the baby, pretty much, with some stupid parents.
So, what I was going to say, and my question was, why do you think this movie was so popular? Like, what makes this
So we
movie
talked
so
about at the
popular?
beginning
If
how
it's-
it came right after Ace Ventura. It was his big break. Good visuals, and it's funny. Like, it's something different as well. you didn't see a lot of that to start with.
I think I think the difference of it, and like probably just seeing his
fresh,
charismatic stuff in the trailer and stuff. And you probably have people go and see it and be like, "Hey, this is kind of cool. You should definitely see it," because the animation it probably made more people go and see it. But it's pretty iconic. I mean,
one of the things that is very different about movies today, with compared to then, is people went and saw movies, and I do this still. But if there's a certain actor in it, they will see it no matter what.
Right.
We don't have those.
Yeah, it's not as
draws
big of a
very
deal
much
anymore.
I think you think of only one person nowadays who would do that for me, and that's maybe Will Smith.
Sure. And he was like that then, but it used to be like Tom Cruise. It used to be pretty much anybody who's like, "Oh, I'm going to see the new Tom Cruise movie."
Yeah,
they don't really do that anymore.
So you think it's the name that kind of brought everyone?
It was definitely the name
at this time. At this
time, it's definitely the name, and because Ace Ventura literally came out 5 months before this, and it was a smash hit. It made 100. It made 100 million, with bad critic reviews. The critics hated Ace Ventura, but they came out in droves to see it.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. You got a point out of it, Justin. It was an okay movie.
Oh boy,
I'll take it.
Can you tell us what our point count is now?
I can. 1 second.
I know it's on. I know it's on the bottom of our screen. I can't. I can't visually see it right now.
Well, believe in something. John, you are winning. You are winning with 4 points because you have gotten perfect on both of your choices so far. Will that change next week? I don't know. Justin, you're at second point with 3.
Look above this. Look at the.
I see it.
You see it?
Justin, you're in second with 3.5, but Justin, you've also had one more than me and John. Me and John have, and I have 2. So John, what are we watching next week?
Okay, so I mentioned Keanu Reeves, and he is really big right now. And I don't really like him as an actor, honestly. Like he's
not great.
He's not great.
Bias.
But I don't really like him as an actor. Like I like Jim Carrey as an actor. I just don't like the type of movies he does.
Right.
Here I don't really like Keanu Reeves, but I like the movies that he does. It's weird. I guess I'm a weird person. I don't know.
His action things are incredible.
His action movies are really good. I want to see John Wick. Like I haven't seen any of the John Wick movies. I'll probably see them like right after we watch this movie. Yeah. But we are watching The Matrix, and the reason we're watching The Matrix is because
I know Kung Fu.
What's The Matrix? I haven't heard of this.
It's really weird. I don't know how really to explain The Matrix.
I don't know either. But yeah, they announced that there's going to be a 4th one with the same writers.
Yeah, they just announced that there was going to be a 4th one with the same writer and the two same actors.
Interesting.
It's only going to be one of the Wachowski sisters.
Really?
Yeah, there was 2 of them that wrote the first one or the first 3, but now.
Which, if that's a confusing statement, it was the Wachowski brothers, and they both transitioned to female.
Yeah.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
So if anybody's confused, they were brothers, and they both transitioned to female.
That was a big deal when it happened. You don't remember that?
Yeah.
I don't remember this happening. That's interesting.
Okay.
Anyways,
because it's been for so long, but if anybody didn't know, that's why it's different.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, and they both did it at like the same time too.
Okay. Well,
but
cool.
yeah, anyway,
I had only seen this movie once when I was little, so I don't remember much about it.
I've seen it a bunch. I had the DVD when it came out, and I actually stole that DVD from my cousin. I stole the whole trilogy from my cousin.
Wow.
And just
what a thief.
I know. I stole the whole trilogy from my cousin and just continued to watch it.
I've never stolen any movie in my life from anywhere.
Shut up.
That is a lie.
If you guys want to watch it...
Yeah, Chris did all the stealing.
Yeah, I did all the stealing.
Just gave it to you? I didn't do the stealing. I just took the product, you know?
Yeah.
If you guys want to watch it, if you have a Vudu account, you can watch them all free on there right now. So if you want to watch it and follow along, go ahead. So,
when it comes to The Matrix, it used to be on Netflix, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it is anymore. Yeah, gotta go. Okay. All right, John, why don't you send us home, buddy?
Okay, so you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and Twitch. You can at Another Man's Pod, and on Twitch it's Another Man's Nostalgia. You can also email us at anothermanspod@gmail.com if you want to just give us any type of review, just kind of personal reviews. We've gotten a lot of emails just kind of telling just some exciting stuff that they like us a lot, and it boosts our ego a little bit. We really enjoy it.
That's not...
We didn't say this at the very beginning, but if you would like to go watch us do this podcast on YouTube,
Yep.
you can start doing that as well. You would really enjoy that too. If you
What am I
do,
this
go
week?
give us.
What am I in the corner?
You're probably the bad guy mask or the dog mask. So
The one with the big thick neck.
big thick
I want
neck.
the thick neck guy.
you got it.
So you can also please go give us a like if you do watch us on YouTube. We would really appreciate it.
Don't get mad at us because we're not the episodes of a show you're trying to search.
Oh yeah, that's happened.
that does happen a lot.
Our biggest video is that.
So,
I think it's up to 4,000.
yeah. Oh well.
I'm gonna look.
Okay.
So I guess when it comes to old episodes that you can watch of us, a good one would be Spider-Man. I guess Spider-Man season 2.
Sure.
Spider-Man's-
Go for it.
Spider-Man
I like
season 2. Spider-Man's really big right now. Like
Yeah.
a bunch of the stuff that's kind of going on. So we can do Spider-Man season, or the season 2 that we had. I don't know what episode it was, but
Or
it's
Spider-Man the movie if you want.
or Spider-Man the
season-
movie. Yeah, we can do
Spider-Man
Spider-Man the movie.
season 2 was, it was season 3 episode 14.
Season 3, episode
and
14. There you
The
go.
movie Spider-Man was season 2 episode 12.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, go check out one of those old episodes. They're actually pretty good. I really enjoy just kind of going back and listening to some of our old stuff. I know we probably have old shitty mics, but
We've gotten better and better as it goes along. I
yeah,
think.
the sound quality's gotten a little bit better.
Yeah.
You can also please go give us some money at Patreon. We have extra content over there for you. And you can also give a suggestion. If you would like to give a suggestion when it comes to one of the movies or TV shows, we will definitely do those.
You can find us at Google Play, Apple Podcast. Apple Podcast is the most important when it comes to the reviewing, so that's where we'd like to do the reviews. Spotify, Podbean, anywhere you want. If we're not somewhere you'd like to listen to us, let me know and I can add you.
We're also on Earcast
Earcast.
and Listening Bone. So check
Last
us out
week you
there.
said-
Those
last
are
week
not-
You said banana, and this week you said bone. I wonder where's your head at right now.
Look, I'm just looking at the apps. I have a
Okay,
list of
that's
apps
just-
here.
okay.
I don't
so sorry.
feel like they exist. I don't feel like this.
All right. Well, we will see you next week with The Matrix.
Peace.